This computer. Thank you, lady. All right. So yesterday we finished up with our actor interface. The challenge, of course, at some point was to try to build the two. You guys were trying to build the two actors at some point. I would say that out of the two actors we have, which one would you have to argue might be the easiest one to build? Dealer or the player? Let's take a look at our plan of attack, which I accidentally closed. Dang it.
I would think that dealer just at the top of my head. Dealer doesn't have to split.
Well, it doesn't look split. They also don't double, right?
No.
Is there
And they
any
don't bet
console
either.
things?
And they don't bet either.
They don't bet. How
Yeah.
about, do they interact with the console at all? Do we have to ask them what they want to do, or are they just going to tell us we want to do based on a
automatic.
criteria, right? Like, look at these right here. So we have our dealer. Our dealer just returns dealer. Get balance returns 0. Get bet returns 0. And get action is just going to follow the dealer's logic. If we look at the player, we return the name. We return their balance. We have to get an action from the console. So we have to ask the player what they want to do. And get bet, we have to ask the player what bet they want. It's probably going to be easier to start with the dealer then. And then, honestly, if you think about it, we could even test that by just having the dealer play itself, right? That could be a nice testable item to do. Cool. Let's start with that. Blackjack, new Java class. Dealer. The dealer is going to implement our hand, right? That's our interface, not hand. It's going to implement what? What's our dealer going to implement?
The
Actor.
actor.
And I already did a dumb thing here. That was supposed to be in the actor class, in the actor package. Whoops, I right-clicked in the wrong spot. So let's redo that. Delete. Okay, I'm also going to do this down here. Good. Yep, check out. There's dash B. Doesn't work. A new branch. Now in the actor package, let's do a dealer class. There we go. Yeah, I right-clicked on the wrong package. They're too close together. Implements actor. Yeah. It's yelling at us, and let's see if we can, let's go ahead and we can utilize this easy thing. Again, if you didn't want to, so we can, of course, not to, just hover over and see. The first thing we do is do get name. So let's just do them one at a time. So name. And what's the name of our dealer? What are we going to return as their name? Creativity today?
Dealer?
Condo.
What? What was that one?
We'll just return as Cliff.
I'm the
I'm
dealer.
trying- What's the name of that?
Arnell's the
Quick,
dealer.
I was trying to remember the name of that merchant from Resident Evil, the one. What are you buying? But I don't think he has a
Doesn't
name.
have a name.
No.
Fucking hell.
Arnell, that one's a fun one.
Yeah.
John
Arnell's our
Wick.
dealer. What's that?
Arnell's the dealer.
I heard another one. What was that?
John Wick.
John Wick.
I was
Done.
gonna say, who's the
Sorry.
dealer in Red Dead Redemption?
Again, I think they're just called dealer in that. I don't think they actually have names. They're just NPCs.
Cliff,
Our
I
dealer-
didn't see that you had branches on the on your GitHub of this until you mentioned it earlier. Which one is
Yeah.
the most recent updated one so that I can catch up from what I
cut
missed?
out the
Oh.
hands. Your microphone just went.
Again? Is this
Yep.
on now?
It's
You're
fine.
still
Oh,
out.
okay. No.
It's fine on my end.
Can't hear you at all right now. Nope. Yeah, your
No.
microphone just went. You were talking and it was like you were going la la la.
No,
Nothing. Just to confirm it's not me. Can someone else say something?
This on? This working now?
that's
Me that
working.
actually cut out.
It's
That's-
working now?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone else speak.
I think there's something wrong with Cliff's stuff.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
No, I think it's me actually that cut out.
Yeah, you.
Oh.
Did these die?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's funny.
Matt, I think you've been fine.
Goodbye.
That's funny.
It did cut
Yep, they
out
did.
100%
Ah,
at one
crap.
time for you.
Hold on, 1 second.
But then it came back.
If this headset's going too, I'm gonna be very upset.
That.
And I think
Here I am blaming.
It was the hand branch that we were working on.
The
last,
hand
though.
branch is the most current one. Okay, because that's not the one
Yeah,
I grabbed,
hand.
so I gotta grab that.
Here I am blaming Matt's headset, and it's not his.
it's hilarious. It's
I'll be the
hilarious.
whipping boy. That's fine.
Still can't hear, but
That's fine.
not well at least. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hi, Cliff.
Hello.
Hey, I'm back.
Yay.
All right. Aw, this thing died. It was just the perfect timing. And unfortunately, Matt, you had that issue earlier, so I'm like, oh, it's just yours.
Right.
So I didn't think of it. My bad.
It's okay. So you're saying the hands is the most current one?
Yes, hands.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me pull that.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll hold on for a second.
Oh, can't.
Can you just show the actor interface in the meantime?
Of course. Set that up.
Where is it?
So, we can figure out his latency. All right. How's your interface looking, Sergio?
My interface.
Yeah. Look good.
And, okay.
Looking good, man. I am following along. So
Nice. That's what we want to see.
yeah, I mean I'm learning. I'm liking that I'm learning how to use interfaces. It's just something I'm still shaky on, but
Oh yeah, it's something that takes a while to get used to, but the main thing is just simplicity. Interfaces are simplicity, and the best thing, again, my biggest thing that made me understand them the best was just seeing them as a contract on an agreement of what's available to one class to use. That if a class wants to utilize this thing, they utilize it through here, and this says any item that uses an actor will guarantee these exist. These are things you have available to you. Nothing else. And the main thing is that the other item it does that it hides everything else automatically for me. So I don't, if I forget to make something private, this kind of makes it private because the actor doesn't say it exists. And that's really what's cool about it. So the dealer accidentally made a public name John Wick. I still couldn't do actor.public, actor.name, because I don't have the name item in the interface.
Okay,
How's
just
it going,
copied
Matt?
it in. I gotta open up IntelliJ and open the file, but I'm almost there.
Cool. I think we can do one more method. I'll kind of go slow with it and ask more questions. So the next one we need is the get balance. So I'm going to assume again, public get balance. You can see there, what's really nice about the interface and the implementation is that IntelliJ is going to know what we're trying to do. See here? It knows from the interface that we need a get balance method. And so as I start to type it, it's going to let me know, hey, you need to do an int because of the actor class. And it's letting me know right here that this is the actor interface that's telling me I need this method, that this where this method is coming from. So enter. And again, the override is nice to have. It's not required. That's why we didn't put it in the get name. And what's really nice, because it's requiring an int, it's already going to put that return 0 there. Is that what we want, or do we want to put something else there? Or is it good to put the 0 for now?
0 for now.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. Let's do another just manual one now. So if we look again to see what else we need the get bet that takes an int. So let's do the @ override and get some practice on that. Public int get bet. It's going to accept an int. We have to make sure we do that. But we're not going to use this variable, are we? Does anyone remember what the purpose of this variable was? Do you remember what it was?
The player's wallet.
Right, we're going to send the wallet in. But we're not going to use this. So a common syntax, and I think Java lets us do this. I know other languages do. Let's see if Java does. Is use an underscore to represent that item. I don't look like it lets me. Dang it. Oh yeah, look at that. As of Java 9, so they did get rid of it. Dang it. Dollar sign allowed? No, the dollar sign's allowed. There we go. But using like a symbol to represent that item we don't actually care about. We're not actually going to use it. It's not important. That's a common syntax to use, to do a symbol or something. We can just do the W for a wallet, just again, not actually type it out because we're not going to use it. So whatever works best, whatever you think of best. But I will say JavaScript, that's what in JavaScript, Haskell, Ruby, a lot of languages, an underscore in representation of a variable is a great way to mark a variable as unused. Certain languages even allow multiple underscore variables to be used. So I don't, the only one I know, for example, off the top of my head that does that definitely is Haskell. The underscore is used as a you can use it multiple times and you actually can't, what it does, it dumps the data. It takes it and just drops it. It doesn't actually store it in an underscore, which is really interesting.
What do you say underscore? What's underscore character?
Yeah.
Oh, just using that as a.
Variable name.
Placeholder.
Oh, okay. All right.
Placeholder, yep, there you go. Perfect. Great use of word term there. Keith, that was actually perfect. Better than my word. So
All right, I gotta go.
placeholder. You like, I'm done. I did my good. Checking out for the day. Got my win. So get bet W. And again, for our dealer, are they ever gonna bet?
No.
No, so
No.
what are we gonna return?
0.
Oh, yeah. Nice. So again, one of the main reasons, again, just to clarify what the override is there for, it is again for us. If I do this and I accidentally get rid of the E or do get bit on accident instead of get bet, the override warns me that there is no get bit method in the parent class or the implementation or the interfaces that I'm overriding. There is no existing method that I am currently overriding. And it will error my code until I either remove this or I fix the method to make sure it is actually overriding something. And that's what the benefit for you is. Again, you don't need this. As soon as I get rid of it, the code is happy. It's fine, except for the fact that the implementation is not valid anymore, but this method is now okay. Override is there to make sure that the following method has to override something. And so it helps to make sure that I did it right. Either by, that way I don't accidentally forget a variable or parameter. I don't misspell, and I put the wrong return type, for example. So if any of these items are off, it's going to let me know, hey, you're not actually overriding anything. That item you just created doesn't exist in either the parent class or any of the interfaces. And so it's a really, really useful benefit for the developer. But again, the code doesn't necessarily need it, and that needs to be a capital P. See, again, that is something with the B, because that's a better actual example. I just don't capitalize instead of the bit, get bet with a small b. So you got those three. You have still another thing yelling at me. Here we go, the get action. And that's the one we actually care about, right? This is the one we actually have to pay attention to. And it looks like it's going to accept a hand. So let's go ahead and do public. We said int or byte, sorry, get action. And get a hand. And I forgot to import that. Let's go ahead and import. All right. And so the get actions, the dealer to decide their action, what is their action based upon? How did the dealer determine what they're going to do?
It's what they're, which card they're showing.
Which card or?
Oh, wait. No. What do you mean?
So the dealer, how does the dealer decide what action they're going to perform? What is it based on? You want to tell me what the dealer rules are?
It's just if they're under 17, like the whole hand
Yeah.
value is under 17.
Hand value. Do we have something for that?
Gotta
We look
make-
at our hand
Yes.
class again, which now that just popped up. Go away, Zoom. We bring hand over here for a second because we're pulling that over. Thank you. There we go. So bring this down and hide the project tab for the moment so we can get more screen retail space. We have a display value, a display hand. That could be an issue, huh? We actually don't want this as a string anymore, do we? Maybe we did this wrong. We want this as a numerical. We want to be able to do comparisons against, don't we? You guys, you mentioned, right? If it's 17 or above, we want to stand, but if it's less than that, we want to stand, we want to hit. But this is a string. It's not an actual number we can utilize, is it?
But it does return a
Display.
well,
It doesn't. It returns a string and we parse it. So maybe we can convert this to an int, because if I remember correctly, if you system out an int, it'll auto convert using the toString method, right?
Mhm.
So this is probably going to be safe to just switch this to int. Get rid of this. And that should be fine. And just to confirm, we'll just run the method. We'll just run this again quick, which is going to yell at me because this isn't working. So never mind. 0 for the moment, just to make that happy. All right, I got my rig deck on. Hold on. I don't want
I
to
just
type.
put a couple aces in there just to see.
No, I got all these draws. I have
Oh.
6 draws.
Oh, geez.
So, standard deck. Play. There we go. So 10, 13, 14 looks like it's still doing fine. So it's still able to print perfectly fine. So that's useful. That's
42.
fine. Yep, got 42, the meaning of life. It's great. It's funny actually, is I think, what was it? Yeah, right here. Wait, that, oh, right, yeah. So 13, yep, it treated it as a 1. So the ace was treated as a 1, which is perfect. And 10, yep, good, good, good. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, what's funny is even after we bust, we got another ace, so it still treat that ace as a 1, which is really useful how we did that. So now our display value gives us an int, and we should probably change the name, huh? What do we think? Not really displaying the value anymore. What are we doing?
Getting the value.
Yeah. So in this case, we're gonna do it a little different. Instead of just renaming it here, we're gonna use the refactor system, so that way it'll update our main method as well. So anything that's using our display value method will update as well. So refactor, rename. Dang it, I did that wrong. I didn't realize it was in the highlight, so do that again. Rename. Use get value. You can see over here on the main, all those got updated. And so if we play again, we can see our system will still work. So part of the reason why I did that, and I actually will say again, I did that on purpose. I want you guys to know that you can do these changes and utilize these refactor tools in order to realize, and like, again, not be upset that you did it, that you need to know exactly what your methods need to be at the time of implementation. That use cases later on can dictate and change what you originally created. So never really, you don't want to be sitting there panicking like, what's the best version of this method? What's the best implementation I need to come up with? Build what you need for that moment and then let the future code dictate how you modify and how you adjust. That's going to help you later on. Make sense?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. I
But I heard a question coming.
was gonna have a question because there was a problem with my code, but it's fine now.
I'm going to do int hand value, so you can keep track of that, equals hand dot get value. And so that'll give us our value. I have to ask, again, what was again, just a sanity check to see who's been paying attention. So voice I haven't heard yet. What are the rules of the dealer again? Who's been paying attention?
Under 17, he gets until he gets 17 and above.
Shouldn't you have an override too?
What's that?
Shouldn't you have an override for the get action?
Do you remember correctly that I said the overrides are optional?
Yeah.
So,
but
yeah, they aren't
okay.
required, and I want to make sure I show
Just
that
to make
both
sure
are there.
that everything's fine.
Yeah, exactly. By all means, again, this is letting me know here that I can add it if I want to, or no, never mind. Not null. I don't need that though. It's something that we probably should put because we need the value. So since hand can be null, we can definitely put that to make sure it doesn't attempt it, but that's again optional. But yeah, as far as it didn't, yeah, notice how it doesn't recommend we add the override method annotation. It's again not needed. It's again meant for the developer, not for the program. So hand value equals hand.get value. And what's really interesting here is because we know that our dealer is going to do one or two actions depending on the system. Take a look at what we end up writing and see if something jumps ahead. If hand value is less than 17. Return. And so now we get to decide, do we want our hit to be 1 or our stand to be 1? And the other one will be number 2. And we're not going to use 0. 0 can be like quit or something. So which one's hit, which one's stand? 1 or 2? And that way, all of our actions are on the left-hand side of our item. By the way, part of the reason I don't want the zeros because 0 is on the right and 1, 2, 3, 4 is all on the left. So,
I was just asking about maybe a do while loop though, or something.
again, this is a single action.
Right.
Note the term get action,
Oh,
get
okay.
actions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess
So
we have
single action.
another place
So you
then.
can always run this once, get the
Yeah, I
hit,
can always run it
then run
again.
it again to see if they want to hit again or stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, always be very aware of that, of the plurality of the method. So right here, so let's see, let's do this. Do a quick poll. I know the one I would like to do, but we'll let you guys again pick it.
Oh, 1 will be hit. You can do 1 as hit.
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
Anybody disagree?
No, I would think 1 would be hit also.
That's the more
Yeah.
common one, isn't it? Yeah.
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 All right, cool. So we do 1. And in this case, again, what we might end up doing, a note here on a to do. Get a mapping. That way we don't put these random numbers just floating everywhere. Right? That's kind of not great. So
Well, this would,
Definitely
this
do.
would be, you, well,
for example, what I mean by that is we could do this. So under the actor interface, since we know that any fields we put here are static public, we can do what is it? Int hit equals 1, int stand equals 2, int double equals 3, and int split equals 4. Do those numbers look good, or do we want to swap any?
no, those are fine.
And we can even do int quit as 5 or 0. In this case, we'll do 0 as quit. And this way, if a player wants to leave the game, they can just use 0 to leave with their winnings. Those look good? Agree? Cool. And so what that does for us is now here in this item, instead of returning 1, we can do return hit. And so all of our actors have the same commands and the same static values. And that's another useful tool of the interface, is we can set static values in the interface that all implementations then gain. So all the implementations gain these static values. And so we lose these magic numbers and magic values in our systems, which is a really, really cool tool and useful item to have. At least I hope it's cool. I think it's cool. Hopefully you guys think so too.
Sure do.
Cool.
Anything
And
that
that-
works is cool.
I like that mentality. For me, I think this looks a lot better too. Just the idea of return hit instead of return 1, right? You
Yeah.
give this to someone else, they're gonna look and be like, oh, okay, I know exactly what's
I
happening.
was about to say it helps with readability.
And then because we have an if return, we can now do a return stand instead. Now, does anyone see another way we could maybe simplify this code a little bit, or at least make it look simpler, and maybe not make it look more readable, but based on this
Ternary?
format here, what?
Ternary,
Could we do a ternary? What do you guys think?
because you can do a.
Yes,
Yeah. you can do
100%.
Let's find out. We'll do that. We'll do the hit there. We'll replace the semicolon with a colon. We did the mapping, so get rid of that. So that curly bracket, return statement, stand there. And then last but not least, return the if with the action we want to perform, which is the return action. Why is it yelling at me?
Because you
Oh,
can't.
because they're ints. Dang it. Fight,
Oh,
It's got a-
fight. No one caught me on that one. I'm so
you
used
go
to
use
ints.
those.
I used int.
Use
That's
ints
why
too?
we
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
to use int.
That's why, yeah. We
Yeah,
talked about
it's
that.
fine.
Hey,
You guys wanted the bite get action, so it used in bites.
That was Jim.
Yeah, that was me.
Hey, IntelliJ, bite me.
That wouldn't be IntelliJ. That's a Java thing.
That is the other thing, yeah.
Java can bite me. So how does that looks pretty decent for a get action. Is that what do we how do we feel if that does the SRP, right? When we get
Yes.
it from Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
And we can even do it one little better. Let's do one last thing here. Boom and boom. Does that look clean and simple as hell?
Ooh.
Yep, Matt's back.
Yeah, that's a Matt thing. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Interesting code, right? There we go.
Oh my god.
So the entire ability of the dealer can be done in a single line, thanks to the ternary expression and inline getting action. Because we're not using that variable more than once, we don't really need to reserve space for it, right? So this is that mentality. And this actually seems still fairly legible. Hand.get value less than 17, hit or stand. And so this one, even though it's ternary, it's still fairly legible. And that's where the really benefit comes from removing your magic numbers. So magic numbers is what helps to make things unlegible or bad method names like that. This seems very, very legible, even though it's still a ternary expression, which is really useful.
And you can even take the 17 and make a dealer max, like the max that he could stand, or the max that he, or
Yeah.
not max, but the 17 could be taken out and put that into a variable as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remove as many magic numbers as possible.
We could do that, and that would be, yeah, that would fall under the dealer. So we could also do, yeah, here, do int stand rule, stand value, the underscore there, 17, and value, stand. And that way, if we do want to play at one of the casinos where the stand is, they stand on 16 or higher, we can just change it right up here at the top, and the rest of the code's all good to go. We don't have to go find the get action method. We can just change it at the top, and we're good to go. We'll keep it at 17 for the moment. So anything less than 17, they'll hit. Anything 17 or up, they'll stand. And we're going to do a simple system here on the main class to test this. Let's do hand. But now we need to actually give the hand a player, don't we? How do we use the dealer? Well, the dealer is going to be in the hand. Or I guess we don't need to do that yet. What we could do here still is just pass the hand through the player's method. So we can do, this is not how I'm going to do it in the game, but actor, dealer, I have to import. Just to make this easy, but we're going to, so we don't have to implement more yet, but this is helping us to realize we need to do more. Dealer. And we're just going to do file dealer.getAction not equal to actor dot stand. Well, they do not give us the stand action, and I need to get the hand, by the way. And so while we get the action of my hand, and if they don't stand, so every time they hit, we want to do one quick thing. We want to do my hand dot add card deck dot draw. We also want to do one quick thing too, right? After we draw, we want to go ahead and do my hand dot add card dot draw. I want to do that twice though to get the first two cards. And let's do a. Right now, we're going to see anything.
No, nothing's gonna be displayed.
So console, yep. I'm doing console. That's not what I want.
Synchronized.
S out, please. Thank you. My hand dot display hand. Let's do S out. My hand dot display
Nice.
value or get value now. What's that?
No, I was just looking
Oh,
at my
okay.
code.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then we also want to do the exact same thing after they draw. So if they do draw, we want to display. We also, I'm going to do a S out draw our hit. We'll go ahead and print the hit. And so
Can you
let's see if this
hold
works.
right there for a second so that I can
Of
copy
course.
this down? My IntelliJ hiccuped and I
geez,
couldn't get
no
any of
worries.
that.
I was gonna slow it down for a second anyway to let everybody catch up because I know I typed a little fast there.
Every time I try to tip sour.
Oh geez. Sour?
Sour.
Oh,
Yeah, I always have
S
sour.
out.
Sour. Yeah.
That's because sout isn't a word, but sour is. And the R is right next to
Yeah.
the T on a normal QWERTY keyboard, so I can see that.
Yeah.
Gotta fix your touch typing.
I do.
My
You
R and
know,
T,
you
no,
know
my
what?
R and T
what-
are still next to each other. God dang it.
You know what throws me off a little bit? It's like it's the microphone and it's kind of like blocking the view of my keyboard. I guess I can move it to the side. I gotta.
Kind of,
I
now you
gotta
sound
use
far
my-
away. So just be aware that if you want to ask questions, you will need to move it closer again, potentially.
I'm sorry. What?
You just have to yell. Yell at the top
You
of
moved the
your-
microphone away, not your ears.
Can you hear me well there or no? Can you hear me well there or no?
It's fine.
It's fine.
I don't think I wouldn't be able to hear you if other people are talking. Like when it's closer to you, I can hear you crystal clear. When it's farther away, I just have to pay attention a little more. So that's all.
Sounds good.
Well, that's on recording now. Poor people's ears.
I keep forgetting. You guys gotta remind me that we're recording.
Poor
I didn't
classmates'
even-
ears. Bad for anybody watching this after class. Maybe
say
assaulted
you
by
wanted to
Sergio's
louder.
voice. What was that, Freddie?
You did say you wanted him closer.
I don't know if I want it that close though.
Eh,
I heard slack.
Get action.
I've heard that one before. All right.
Oh, we need a hand. Okay. Oh, we already have a hand. A hand.
All right.
How's it look? Everybody good? Any more time? I can see if I can do
Almost
more.
set. I'm on the while
worries.
loop right now, almost done.
All good. Yeah, definitely make sure to take the second to make sure you understand what's happening and what's going on with the code. So definitely take that extra second if you need it. Make sure it makes sense. Oh, also, yeah, no, yeah, it'll print out if we do stand. But let's do this quick actually.
Set display hand, get value. Okay. Oops. And then set done. Okay. Okay, I think I'm all caught up now.
Awesome. Let's see if this works. Does it play? We see a king and 6, which is great luck for us. We got a hit for 16. We got a 4 for 20, and they stopped. That looks good. So the first round seemed to work. How did everyone else's do? Did yours work as expected, or any issues? Remember, if you
How do we
have
end up-
7 go ahead.
We ended up both at 20.
I busted at 23.
But you did stand at least after you got the 23, right?
Yes.
What did you hit on? What did your dealer hit on? 13?
What for me? The first hit?
Yeah. What did he hit on? Yeah.
13.
13? All right.
Mine's 12. It hit.
Hit. Did he bust or did he save?
18 stayed.
18 stayed. Good. Anybody's not work as expected? Let's run a stress test of this system. Let's go ahead and switch from our standard deck now, though, to the rig deck. So we can give it some low cards and see how, make sure we can do a bunch of hits in a row. Because we can keep running this. We know that the average card, the average hand in a game of blackjack is 2 to 3 cards. Very rarely do you go above that in most cases. That's why the 5-card Charlie is a win. But we can, of course, because of our rig deck system, we can go in and just give them some nice low cards. We can give a 2 of spades, a 5 of hearts. So we have a 7. We can see that it's already asking me for a new hand because we see we get the draw before the hit, so it's already drawing. So we already know now that the 7 triggered a draw. So let's go ahead and give it a, let's do a quick test first. Let's see if the system recognizes an ace standing value. So giving them an ace right now would give them 18. while technically the ace can give them lower, ace should stop the dealer, right? Even though the ace technically can allow us to also have an 8, the ace should stop the dealer. So let's start that. Let's do that quick test first. Let's do a random 1, and that does work. So ace does stop the dealer. Good. Let's go again and make sure we can trigger multiple draws. I'm gonna do a 2, 3, 2, 1, and a 2, 2. So you can get almost all of the same 2s. Let's get another one, a 2, 4. So we have all 4 2s now, still hitting. So let's go ahead and give it a 4, still hitting. And then let's give it the number 7. Let's give it number 16. So let's go ahead and give it a 4, another 4. That's 16. We still hit again. And now we're going to give it an ace, which will put it at 17, the bare minimum to stop. And this tests all scenarios for us.
Very cool.
Beautiful. Nice testing, right? This is, and are some of you now seeing the real benefit of that rig deck now? Very useful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And interfaces have their benefits. So this is one of those use cases, and now so we're starting to see it with the actor as well. We're able to pass these things down and get these this kind of required behavior out of our classes that implement it. And so now our dealer technically works as long as the system asks the dealer what they want to do, provides a hand, and we get it back. Of course, later on, we probably don't want to do it this way. We have the hand and dealer separate because we could accidentally send the wrong hand to the dealer, right? So it's definitely something we want to update later on. Before we do that, let's go ahead and start building out the player class. And that actually might be the homework though, getting you guys to integrate the hand and class and hat classes together maybe. I don't know, we'll see. We're still doing good, we still have an hour to go, awesome. I don't know why that's so big. All right, next actor. New Java class, player. Player is also going to implement the actor class, actor interface. This time, we're going to go ahead and use the shortcut to get the required things we want. So hold for a second and use the implement methods shortcut. We'll go ahead and make sure we get all 4 and click OK. So get name. This time we actually probably want a name given to us, right? We want to get the name when we create it. So this is not going to, this is actually going to be a field. So
Why is the actor interface on BlackJack and not on actor package?
so so like we mentioned before, this way the BlackJack system knows the actor itself. And this way anyone can create any actor system they want utilizing the same actor interface. So you could create your own actor package of just a bunch of different AI systems. So I can create this, I can of course import the standard actor class, which has the dealer and the player. And then we create a second package that has AIs. And all we need to do is make sure that the AI system is implementing or importing or correctly the right one, the right actor class. As
Okay,
long as
got
it
it.
follows this interface, we're good.
Got it.
Yep. Yeah, BlackJack needs to know its actor because BlackJack needs that. The players can, of course, import an actor, and as long as it follows those interfaces, it's fine. And this will let us know whether or not these actors are able to be connected to our game. It forces the actors to accommodate the BlackJack system instead of the BlackJack system accommodating the players. Yep. So private string name. We also have, so let's go ahead and do that. So now we probably need to set the name at some point. And what do we need for that? Sanity check. Okay, this time I can't hear Matt. I don't know if that was intentional.
That was intentional.
Okay.
Sorry.
What was that, Mike?
Yeah.
A
Say it
setter.
again. A setter? We can do setter. What else can we do? Because when do we want to set the name? And is it ever going to change? Are we ever going to really? I guess we could change the name throughout the game, but do we ever want to change the name once it's set?
No. So
Probably not, right? So
so
where's
when-
another place we could set the name?
console.
We're going to use the console, yes, but again,
When we in the constructor.
thank you. Yeah, that sanity check. Come on, constructor, right? Wherever you usually set values to fields. Public player name. So we can do this not name with it. Good. With that, now we can just do return name. And because of this, we can also make sure this, we could also set this to final if we wanted to, which is going to recommend it. Recommend it. What was that accent?
Recommended.
So I don't know what that was, but yeah, we can make name final. We're still going to keep it private because we have the get name because of our interface. So we can keep name private, even though because of this, we could make it public and not need the getter. Because the interface needs the getter, we need to have it set. So we can keep this private. So we don't need that because then we just have conflicting ways of accessing the same item, which again can be fine. Some systems do allow that, but in this case, I'm going to keep it private. All right, next up, we have the get balance. And again, this is probably a dynamic. This is a value that's going to change periodically, right? So again, we need a field. And I guess the question here is, do we want to just set a standard amount? Do we want to ask for the starting value? What do we want to do here?
Ask for the starting.
All right, we can ask. That would, of course, complicate our constructor. So now you can do int starting balance. Start balance equals starting balance. Actually, I don't need that this because we don't have the conflict anymore. So
I would just say at the point, just set it now so we know that it works, and then we can always upgrade it
Mhm.
later to ask the balance.
we could also
But-
do this, start them at 1,000, and we can also do an overridden, or an overload, right? Where if we don't get a starting, we're not given a starting balance, we'll assume they want to start at 1,000, right?
Mhm.
Cool. We have our get balance. Good. All right. What are we gonna do? Return balance. Beautiful. All right, get bet. Well, what do we need to do for get bet? What's that gonna entail?
Well, that's an input, but we could just set a, we could set a static bet just for testing, but yes, we
Could.
would.
We
would
have
ask
a tool
for-
that easily get us a integer, don't we?
Yeah,
Do we, people? Other than Jim, Jim says yes. Do we have that already?
I think we do. Yeah, I believe it's in console.
I don't want you telling them that. Giving away the answers, Jim.
Hey.
Yeah, we have our get
I'd
int
be
method
quiet
right
for the
here,
rest
right?
of the night.
We have a beautiful get int method that does the min max requirement, gives a prompt and an error message. So we can simply just do return console.getInt. Our min is what's the minimum bet?
0.
Oh, we can bet nothing and still play the round?
Yeah, why not?
Let's say no to that. You gotta bet something. No 0 bets. Do a minimum of 1 and a max bet of, what's our max bet?
Balance.
Starting, yeah, starting balance.
I want to say the starting balance because that balance is going to go lower, isn't it?
Would be current balance. You want to get the current
Balance, yeah.
balance.
Yeah.
Why is it yelling at me for that? Oh, because they don't have everything yet.
Right.
That's fine. Right. Prompt. Enter bet. And balance. With our error message being invalid bet, we're just gonna say. I'm not gonna say why, just say invalid bet for the time being. That's how our get int works. So for the moment, what's weird about this setup right now? Does anyone know anything odd about this setup yet?
I do, but I'm not answering it.
Thank you, Jim. Anybody else?
Oh, could you go to the error message again? I missed
Oh,
that.
I'm also gonna do this actually, so.
Oh, fantastic. Invalid bet. Perfect.
Well, I should say, I think I know what it is, but I'm not answering.
Anybody know what it
What's
is?
up, Jim?
I guess this,
I said, I think I know, but I'm not answering it. You guys do.
does anyone see anything odd
Oh.
about this?
Yeah.
What says he thinks he sees something? Not yet. Hold on. Let's see if anyone else at least says yes.
Sure.
I want everybody to have a hypothesis. Is there something wrong with this? Is there something off about it? Think about it. Look at the code and think about again how this works, how the game should work. All right. With that being said, Matt, what do you see?
Oh, what I see is we have a parameter in this with wallet, and we're not using it anywhere within the method.
I don't know, wallet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I looking at the wrong one? I'm looking at.
Oh, right
Oh,
there.
yeah. That's what I'm looking at. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And that was something so yeah, that's true. We have a wallet, but do we need that? Because we have access to the wallet directly, don't we?
Right.
So maybe we didn't need this. So I think someone, I don't remember who did it, but someone mentioned it early on Tuesday. But yeah, we definitely don't need that. And so our interface can be updated to no longer need wallet. I'm also going to update that in our dealer as well. 100% we can realize, you know what, we're not using the wallet anywhere. It's not important because we have the wallet is part of the actor class. So we can just use the built-in balance.
And then
That wasn't the only weirdness. The one
breaking
more
solid.
weirdness.
My
Go
thing
ahead,
was
Jim. What is yours?
breaking solid principles. Even though you get the S because it's only doing one, you're still coupling it to another class.
That's not solid. Okay, that is solid. Yeah, but kind of. It's
Kind of, yeah,
We're
'cause-
buying into a utility class, which can be beneficial. We would definitely want to maybe create some sort of console interface that would then tell us that if we want to use a console, it has to follow this interface. But for the moment, we're going to use this fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it
Yeah.
covers S because it's doing only one thing.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely doing the coupling issue is a problem here. So we're hard coupling it to this console class. That without this class, this item won't work. So true on that. We definitely could have a console interface in the actor package that would require that. For the moment, I'm not worried about that because I don't want to get too deep into the weeds with user interfacing with like the console stuff because that could just get very dizzying. So, but yes, 100%. And then again, that's part of the reason why I mentioned for this project that you're going to be working on, focus heavily on just the S for now. There is one other oddity here, but we'll go ahead and hold off on that. Let's head back to, let's keep that. We're going to keep that. Let's go to our get action. So in this case, now we need to do another situation here. We now need to, at minimum, let's think about this for a second. Actually, no, let's think about it. Let's think about the get action method. So there's my pen. Let's pick up the whiteboard and do some brainstorming on what the get action method looks like for the player. Because this requires a little bit more understanding of the game. So new share, whiteboard, share. That's not, now you show up. Thanks, Paul. And the whiteboard for some reason loves to show up on the left screen, which doesn't work. So that's over here on the desktop. Try to go here, that's gonna pause it for some reason. Resume share, thank you. That bigger, there we go. All right, that's not full screen. Full screen, please. No, whatever. It's fine. So, I also picked up my tablet. That's great. Thank you. There we are. Yay. So we have our whiteboard. So we have the get action for the player, right? And we have our hand, which we'll mark by just the 2 cards for the time being, just to start. All right, we have that. We know we have the value of the cards. We can get that. We also know we have the cards themselves. So those are the items we have available to us. So the get action, if we have to think about what we would need to entail with this, the minimum we need, of course, is we will ask the user for what? Bare minimum. If this is the simplest version of get action possible, what would be the minimal version of this?
Hit and stand.
True, but even then, I guess we could
Even draw a card.
kind of. What I was kind of hinting at is the bare minimum, we could just do a get int 1 through 4, right? Or 1 through 0 through 4. Sorry. So we have
Oh.
our quit, hit, that's a G, Q, H, hit, stand, split, and double. That was horrible. Where did my annotations go? Come back here, you. Here, there, thank you. Eraser. Try that again. Let's try that again. Now that I'm thinking my head out. So quit, hit, stand, split, and double. So we have our 5 actions that we can perform. At the moment, we can just ask them for 0 to 4. Of course, this is not going to be beneficial because then the player could pick one of these that they can't do, of course, right? We don't want to show them all the time. These items here should only be shown. Oh, no, not these two. These two. Bad error there. I want. These two should only be shown on the first round. First round or first turn. First round of their turn, I guess. I don't know how you want to word it because we have rounds and then turns. First round of their turn. So the first action, right? The first action can do split or double. After that, we should never show this again, period. So that's the first conditional we eventually need to add. After that, what's the other conditionals we need to add to these two? Let's think on the double for a second. What's one conditional we could add for the double? It's one restriction we can put on the player.
We have to make sure the player has enough funds to cover the double.
Yes. Yep. So double can hit cover funds. Right. We have enough money. So that's a restriction there. The split. What's the other restriction to the split?
You have to have a pair.
Have to have a pair. There's also one other condition technically to it that kind of is repetitious.
Money?
Yep, and it also needs to do that as well. Pair and that. So you need a pair, and it still needs to cover the funds of the split, of course. And so those are definitely more difficult. The hit and the stand and the quit, that can just be done, right? There's nothing restricting us there. So what's interesting here that we could do is we can do I would want to say probably the get int, because we can also, because there's a chance that we could do a double no split or a split no double. Well, no, we can't do a split without doubling. You can split, you can double. And that's actually ironic that I put the order like this, because I'm gonna just knock that down. I didn't want to do that. Oh no, man, I did split then double. So yeah. So there's a chance that we would want to be able to offer 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they can do all actions. Wait, what did I do? Let me double check again. What was my numbers actually? Make sure I put them in the right thing for you guys. After
The split and the double, I think, was
double
switched.
3, split 4. Double 3, split is
Yeah,
4.
Yeah, those are switched.
Okay, yeah. Dang it. So, because then of course we could double but not split. We can eliminate 4 because that would just update our get int. And if we can do neither, we just update our get int. That's not what I wanted to do though. We also want to make sure we display those actions right too at the same time. So we could have, that's actually really nice. We did it that way because we can update our get int, which is awesome actually. Did not intend that. That's cool. We also want to make sure we display what the actions do, right? We need to be able to tell the player what actions they can perform, right? And we'll tell them 0 to quit, 1 to hit, 2 to stand, 3 to double, and 4 to split. We want to make sure that our output displays those items. So we need a display actions. Display actions. We could also say display available actions. We could clarify that a bit more if we wanted to. So we could always make the method display available actions. Right? That just popped out. Display available actions. 1 second, my headphones are reconnecting. Can't hear anything. There we go. Nope. Yep. Yes. Okay. There we go. So available actions. All right. And this is where we can do all the conditions and stuff. Sound good? So far, so good. But yeah, the very first thing we can of course do is just do a get int 1 or 2. Right? We could just start with that if we want. Make it very similar to our dealer to start and then add in the other stuff later. But we definitely need, if we think about the logic of the get action of the player, get action of the player, we want to display the hand and value, show available options, and get action. Make sense? That look good? And if I look at it like that, is it possible that some of those could be turned into methods? Could any of these, could one of these be turned into a method maybe?
Yeah,
Which one?
the first one, I would say.
So you're thinking this one could be, so that's Jim for that one. Any other guesses?
I think available options could be one also.
Yeah, I would agree with that as well.
Okay, with Matt. Do you agree with this one, Matt?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
It's funny, you got get action, get action.
Yeah. Let's start. We can definitely code these out first and then see which ones can be reformatted into a different method. But it's good to just think, could these be methods? And this is where, well, for one example, I like doing this kind of summary item because it can hint towards maybe some of these are methods. This can help me to realize later on, once I finish the code, to look at these like, all right, well, what part of this item is the show available options? And if that's enough lines of code, can I pull that out? So then I can ask myself, what part of this method is the show available options? What part is triggering that? And then I can pull that out. What part of this code is displaying the hand value, and should I pull that out? What part of this code is getting the action of get action, and then can I pull that out? And that's a really one of the main reasons why I like doing this little like summary item of the steps that are involved in a get action in another method, because it can help me to follow that SRP.
Oh, I'm gonna switch because I don't think the first one is now, because you have two things.
Hold on. Don't give too much away.
I was just looking at that now. I was just thinking about it. That's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, it's good to know. Yeah, keep that in mind. Just saying, like, I'm not sure now. That's why you need to say it, not why.
Yeah.
Let other people come up with their own reasoning. Don't influence others. Let them come to their own deduction. So back to the player. So the very first thing we want to do, let's add the three actions you do. Display and value. Display available actions. Able. Get selected. Right, so display the hand of value. What do we need to do there?
I refuse to answer the question.
You have been answering a lot. Come on, others.
No, that's why I'm stopping now
Yeah.
again.
It's fine,
I say
appreciate
this
that.
one time and then I answer more, but I'm stopping.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Oh, yeah, no, please, man. I'm glad you're mentioning that because it highlights that others aren't answering. Come on, people. You know this. We've done this before. Come on. I'll get the wheel of doom out.
Oh no.
It makes it a real wheel of doom.
I knew Keith was going to unmute for that.
No, yeah, that's
How do we
You'll
display
put
the
his name on it only.
How do we display the hand and value of the hand?
Can I ask an unrelated question?
Sure.
The get in, where is that coming from?
Console, remember?
Yeah, but
Yeah, over here
I don't.
under utils.
All right.
I'm pretty sure you guys brought that in on the first day, the day that I wasn't able to teach. I mentioned that I brought that in to help out with our system. Yeah, I just want to do it again. But we used it in the rig deck system.
Don't we
You already
have
have
a
it.
display hand method
I was gonna say, you should
already?
already have it because you needed it for the rig deck to work. What was that, Travis?
Don't we have a display hand method?
We do have a
already in
display hand method, don't we? We've been using it, haven't we?
Mhm.
Yeah, in the main class, we've been using it to test things. Where's the display hand method coming from?
The hand test.
Yeah, so if we S out and dot, hey, there they are, display hand, S out and dot get value. Done. There's our first item done, display the hand and value. All right, now you get the available actions. For now, we're not going to worry about any sort of conditionals. We're just going to display the available actions to start. So what are our available actions? What did we say they were again? Three. We're going to start with 3 actions for now. What were they?
Just realized I was muted. Hit, stand.
1, hit, do /n. 2, what's the next one? Say it again.
Stand.
And then the last action, do you remember it? Sanity check here.
Double.
Nope, we're not gonna do that one yet. That's too complicated.
Quit.
Quit. 0, right? Quit. Quit. That'll give us our 3 actions for the moment. And then let's go ahead and return that selected action, which is going to be the get int or get int console, right? Int. Our min is going to be the 0. Our max for now is going to be the 2. We're not going to give it another prompt because we already have the prompt above. And our error message invalid. Now, yes, some of you might think we could put the prompt here, but again, remember that later on, this is going to be dynamic. Right now, it's a static item because we're going to print all 3 of these no matter what. These are the 3 items that will always display, right? These are the 3 actions that are always going to display. Later on, though, this list is going to become more dynamic. When we decide, are we able to display split and double? So while yes, for the moment, we could put this in here, we're going to keep it out because we know this is going to become dynamic. We can't do dynamicism here potentially.
Is there going to be a conflict with the data type, the return type of this, because it's returning an int when this is a byte return type?
It does. So yeah, we do need to convert it. So in this case, we can just do byte.
Oh, cast it as a byte, right?
Yep.
Got it.
And again, I'm surprised it won't yell at us, but maybe it recognizes that it's a 0 to 2 max, and that's within the byte range. But I'm surprised it's not yelling at us for a potential loss of data. The int downgraded to a byte can lose data, but who cares? It allows it. But yeah, our get int returns ints, and this is again why I was very hesitant to do the byte. But you know what? You guys didn't fight it hard enough, so it's here. The rest of the class should have fought it more.
That's a little bit nice to see how like this all works anyways,
Good.
like casting and things
Yeah.
working through
I'm
it.
fine with it, but if anyone here is like, oh, we keep having to do this byte stuff, you gotta ask for it.
Hey, you know what? In the job, sometimes you got to work with what you have.
Yep. Oh, 100%. That's what I'm saying. No one can complain. You guys could have fought for it more, but it's all good. I'm enjoying it. Let's go ahead. So then we have that. So we have a get action. We have these. We got those. It's all good so far. Let's go ahead and now test out our player class. So it seems like we have what we need minimum to at least start trying to use it. So instead of getting the dealer, let's go ahead and now convert the dealer into a player. Even though we're going to use the same player, the same name, the same variable name, we're just going to set up a player now instead. Name, I'm going to do console.getString. But I had a get string, didn't I? I do.
Oh, right.
Oh, it's not static. Why is it not static? All right, not sure why that wasn't static, but sure. So in your console class, by the way, make sure get string is static. I'm not sure why it wasn't. That was confusing. But yeah, make sure your get string is static. Should be. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It's protected.
Why is it protected? I am so confused by that. Oh yeah, I pulled it from the other item. So anyway. Public too. Yeah, public, static. That's right. There we go. That's what we want.
Now you got, oh, All right.
There we go. Weird. Prompt. Your name. It is required. They must enter something. So now we're going to go ahead and add a card. We're going to draw. We're going to draw. Display hand. Get value. We're going to run the get action method. And as long as they don't stand, we're going to draw. This also means we're not handling what. So there's one downside to this. What is it? Everybody see it? If you don't see it, it's fine. We'll run it. We'll test it and we'll see what happens. But does anyone see the problem themselves? Don't tell me what the problem is. Just say yes or no if you see it.
Isn't it dealer.get action? Is that the problem?
No, again, we still have the dealer here. It's still using the same
Oh, right,
variable
right.
name, yeah. Again, just know what the problem potentially could be.
Oh,
I think I see it.
yeah, I do too.
All right. I'm gonna play it. And you tell me what the problem. You tell me to do the action that's required in order to show the problem. So we're gonna do. We'll have Sergio try first. So can you trigger the problem? I have the friggin' rig deck. 1 second. I want the standard deck. I don't want to.
Hey, my rig deck.
Oh.
Give it back.
Hey, you're not typing all that extra stuff. All right. So you have a 10. Why did I print it? Oh, right, because the get action will actually print it, so we don't need this anymore technically, but it's fine. So you have a 10. What are you doing? Now again, I want you to do the bad action. The thing you think you saw.
Can I try to stand?
Okay. That worked fine.
Okay, and never mind then.
All right.
I think I know what
Let's
the
see.
problem
see.
is.
What do you got, Matt? What am I doing?
What's the it goes 1, 2. What's that third number?
0.
0. Pop in 0, please.
Don't exit.
What does it do?
Oh, I hit.
Yeah.
-1.
Because we
Oh, it did.
what? It just,
yeah,
yeah,
I
just
was looking at the number.
no worries. So I'm actually going to do this quick because it's getting dizzying, I see. So let's get rid of these because the get action method prints it for us. So we don't need those. And I'll do it again so you can see what's happening. Let's refresh. Stop and run. Put that in again. But if I hit the 0 now, you know what happens. We see what happens. It doesn't quit. What does it do?
It hits again?
It hits and
Yeah.
makes you win.
It's because you're
It
saying
did.
if it
We're
didn't
only
stand, then hit.
exactly, Mike. Yep. Yeah, we're only checking for standing to quit the while loop. Anything else is treated as a hit. We're not actually looking for hit. And so in this case, what we could do this time instead is do while the actor and is equal to actor.hit instead. This way, anything else is treated as the end of the game, right? So that way, if hit or stand or quit will end the game, hit will hit. So I'm just going to switch that now.
What's the point of quit?
Later on, it's going to allow the player to leave the table, but let the game continue. So you can leave the game with your money, and that'll just end the game overall. We're going to do an exit, in other words.
It means you can pick up your bet in the middle of the game.
I don't think you pick up the bet, you just leave it, but then you,
No,
you
yeah,
leave the
you
game.
can't- you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, I'm going to say no to that. I'm not even sure why I put the quit in now that you're saying it, because you could have just add the quit game in the bet process, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, I was wondering, you're like at the table with your, you can hit and then quit anyway. You're like, I don't like these cards and just run away.
You leave your bet, though. You do leave your bet
Yeah.
behind. At least you're supposed to. So now let's test it, though. So we'll have Freddie go in now because he's trying to run away.
And if you win, they will find you.
Ah.
They will
Nope,
find
they
you
won't give you the
somewhere
money.
in the
Stand.
casino.
So make sure you put the strings on your chips so when you walk away after 12.
Did I win?
chips
It doesn't even
go
say
line
if I
will
won.
No, we're not. You're not playing against anybody yet. We will make sure that the actions perform as we intend them to. So we'll go ahead and hit. I got a card. I can still
beat
hit
you
though,
at
even
least.
after I bust. So notice here we currently don't have a bust system set up, but I can keep hitting as much as I want until I want to leave, and then I'm good. But at least the hitting system works. The hitting and the standing work. The quitting technically works at the moment. We can even make sure it does, but at the moment it is. We're just really testing the hit and stand capability, really. Quit, damn it. Quit, quit. Anyway,
Oh,
thanks,
where's my
Comac.
mute? Where's my mute?
It needs to die. It's like, I can't hold it.
It's okay, Cliff. I spent the last 2 weeks doing exactly that with cohort 15, so I totally get what you're.
It's easy to mess up, isn't it?
It's a lot less stressful on this side of it.
There you go. But at least now we can say we have that behavior there. Now, I will say, looking at play right now, nothing seems really that massive that needs to be pulled apart yet, right? But as we add in the logic to decide what's here, maybe we need to. But let's go ahead and add in a little bit of logic. Let's think about this for a second now. So, actually, what? No, I know what to do next. Want to do that? Yeah. Let's go ahead and now we're actually going to bind them because what I want to do for the weekend is challenge you guys to come up with the logic for the display available options. So let's go ahead and do a quick thing here first. So I'm gonna do a public, or really private actually, this is private. String. Get available options. All available, right? I don't know why I keep forgetting A. And so the default we can start with, of course, is the we'll do the string builder. Put string builder. Output dot append. And we're going to start with the same stuff we have here, except we're going to put 0 first this time. Quit. And stand. And oh, whoops, wrong way. Quit. To stand. All right. That's our starting to the get available actions. And for the moment, we're just going to return output to string. All right. What you're going to need to do here over the weekend add logic or double. We'll start with just double for the moment, just for double, just add the logic of the double. And even then, the first part of it, there's 2 parts to the double logic. To do, thank you. Part 1, confirm first turn. I'll say this one's going to be a little trickier. I already know why. You might not know why. Just understand that there's going to be a little difficulty to this. That might need to update some stuff. But I'm not going to say any more about that. It might need more information. You'll see. Anyway, maybe not. Well, yeah, I'm not going to say too much. I want to say too much. So, Chrome has enough funds. So output.string. So with these items, you're going to add in those 2 levels of clarification. So these 2 here are going to be, the good thing about these is by putting in this logic, it's already going to set us up for split. You can, of course, for an additional challenge, and I think you guys can figure this out the whole weekend. 3, add logic for split.
Thought it said detect pain. I was like, why is it detecting pain?
It is painful to split now. Oh, one's the loneliest number. No. Anyway, that was corny. Never mind. Take that back.
Why does
Undo.
why do when I have to stand, I have to confirm I have enough funds?
You're not. These are the the 3 to-dos you need to do, the 3 different logics that need to be added to the
Oh.
system for these items. So,
Oh, I was,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, all right. Okay, no, I understand now, all right.
add logic for split. So, the last little bit of hint I'll give you here. The funny thing, the main thing about it is that split instantly invalidates if you cannot add the double. That's the main thing to remember. You can only split if you can double. If you can't double, you cannot split. So that's a really useful little bit of logic we can put here, because the rules for split follow the rules for doubling. Split can only be done if you have a pair, which means it must be on the first turn. Because if you have a third card, there's nothing to do about it because you don't get to pick where that third card goes. So that first item, the confirm first turn, applies for both double and split. The same thing for split is when we split, we have to put the same bet that we currently have on that new hand that we split between, which means this second item here is also applicable to split. So if either one of these fails, we are already done with both of these. The split just has that additional extra logic of that you must have a pair as well. And so if you succeed on double, it's not that difficult to then go for split. And again, you only need to check split if double passes. So consider that in your logic. But this is going to be your weekend homework. To finish up today, though, we're going to go ahead back to our hand class, though, and we're going to bring in the player now. So, or the actor. We're actually going to bring in an actor. So, private actor. And we can actually call this owner if we want to, or player, or what do we want to call the actor that's in charge of the hand. So this is the person, this is the hand, this is the actor that the hand belongs to. We could call it actor, we can call it owner, we can call it player, controller, whatever. What do you guys want to call it? Throw out some options.
User.
Call it user. All right, what other options we have?
Again, I'm talking into the ether. I keep forgetting the mute.
What do you got in Sergio?
No, I mean, I was saying like I don't want to sound boring here, but player is what makes the most sense to me.
I agree. with
Again,
that.
make sure you understand that this will also apply to the dealer too. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
But again, we can also refer to the dealer as the player of that hand. So it does make sense.
Yes.
I have to make sure it is clear that this is going to be applied to both players and dealers and AIs. So you can do player. Any other options?
Addict.
What is it?
Addict.
I thought you said that. I was like, don't tell me that's what I heard.
I thought I heard attic, like as in the attic of a house or something. I was
Addict.
like, wait, what?
An addict.
The dealer's not an addict. The dealer's a worker.
Sucker.
No, he's a drug addict.
Sucker.
He's gonna.
He's a drug addict.
Oh, the
Jesus.
dealer's a
But,
sucker because he works at a casino. And
Yeah.
the other guy's a sucker because they're gonna spend their money at the casino.
There you go. Yeah, I like that. Sucker.
Oh my
But
god,
the
fun-
AI
should
might
vote
be
on
counting
this.
cards, so he's not a sucker.
funny enough, like okay, so
Matt,
when
you
I
miss
was
us?
Yes, actually.
Go ahead, Sergio.
the when I was waiting for the Best Buy to open, right? I was standing next to a guy because it was a line, and the guy standing in front of me, he actually works as a blackjack dealer. So we were talking. I'm like, this thing is like following me everywhere I go. So it's like I was like, funny enough, I'm learning programming while working on with a blackjack project. So
That's awesome. Actually, this the fun little side note as well.
so it's interesting, and he tells me like just never trust a house, man. Like just
So just to
like,
add
you
a
know.
little bit, fun little add-on to that, of course, actually, is what was funny is that the day we started to work on Blackjack, I did decide to put on the VR headset a little bit, and I saw that they have the game VR Poker, which has both Texas Hold'em and Blackjack, the game we're building and the game that one of the options you guys have to build. I'm like, this is just
Yeah.
ironic.
Yeah.
Popular games.
Yep. No wonder that is on there. It's just a free to play online just VR poker game. You just go in, you just play at a table and you play poker or blackjack with people. It's weird. But I was like, all right, sure. Like students are making this logic at least. They're not doing the VR. Be happy. I'm not making you build a VR version of it.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
I'm down.
Yeah, man.
If you do that, I would be impressed. And I'd be looking to apply you at one of the video game companies.
Come on, man. Let's do that. That
There you
sounds
go.
very
I'm
nice.
down to attempt it.
Mike's gonna try it.
I like,
I mean, I'll need some of you guys to help me for sure.
Just the art items will be needed. I'm going to report. Jim,
I
just
said, I
talk the
like,
chat.
I like player, but are we gonna run into player.player?
Well, no, it's always gonna be actor,
Actor.
right?
Oh, actor.
Yeah, it's
But
always
when
gonna
we
be,
go
well,
into-
no, players.
Well, that
Right,
becomes,
the players
that becomes
list.
the variable.
You're right, the players list, right? Players are gonna be player.player then. Oh, no, hands. It's gonna be the hands list. Never mind.
I was
Yeah, no, it won't be
just
that.
curious
Yeah,
if we're
you're
gonna be
What
able
about a
to.
hand
We wouldn't
holder?
do that. No, we wouldn't run into player.player. No.
All right.
What about
What'd you
hand
ask, Freddie?
holder? Hand
Hand
holder as a
holder.
name.
Could call it hand holder. That would be
Both.
hand.hand holder though. You could hold it holder though. I would say instead of addict, sorry, Keith, folder, because then that would become hand.holder. So one of the tricks I'm going to do here is going to add in, because most commonly we're going to refer to this, whatever the hand is, as the variable hand. So most of these would come out as hand.user, hand.player, hand.holder. Which one do we like?
Hand holder. So you're one of those, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're doing a poll. And no, I'm not putting addict back in because I know that's when it'll get selected.
That was a joke.
Yeah, well, the
But
joke
if I
always
put it
gets
in a
selected.
poll, if I put that in a poll, it is getting selected and I know it.
It's the next Bodie McBoat.
I was about to say, have you ever heard the tragedy of Bodie McBoatface?
Well, there's that one. There's also the, what is it? Wasabi. There's a breakfast cereal that got wasabi flavored.
There's a bunch of them.
Wow.
If you have a meme comment in a poll, it's going to get picked 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah. That's the internet right there for you.
That's just
That's
the
a
power. of-
meme right there.
Didn't some football
Travis.
teams try to have the internet name their team, and it was like the worst thing ever?
Oh, of course. That's
Yep.
the power of memetics.
Yep. Don't give people the options to do bad items. They will pick it. So I've learned that I'm not getting into it. Name of the hands actor.
The whole hedge fund situation was like a meme, and look how far it got.
There.
Did you see
And
the new thing that people on TikTok are actually monitoring all the Congress people and their stocks and they're telling them which ones to buy?
Oh my God.
how does that not surprise me?
Wait, what is that again?
People on TikTok are monitoring what stocks the Congress people like Nancy Pelosi are
Yeah.
buying and they're reporting it so people will buy those stocks.
I want that channel. That's actually a good way to gauge it. Those people become very wealthy when they become politicians. They go in broke.
Mhm.
Oh, there's a movement to try to see that if you're a politician, if you're a holder, if you're a politician, you can't do stock trading or own stock.
But that's
While you're a
never going to
politician.
happen
Oh, I
Oh,
know.
because they
I'm
got
just
to
saying there's a
vote on it.
movement. I just think there's a
Cliff.
movement.
Hey, Cliff, so this doesn't throw off your metrics. TAs can't vote, apparently.
God dang it.
Well, apparently it was the.
Hold
move
on.
that you
We're ending.
couldn't-
We're gonna redo it. We're gonna redo that. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Oh,
remove
my.
your. Can I take away your host
Stop the
privileges?
count.
I don't know if I can take away the host privileges though. You-
Stare into the abyss. Stop the count.
Withdraw. There we go. I'm downgrading you all.
Privileges have been revoked.
Oh man.
Privileges are revoked.
Go
Restart the relaunch poll. There we go.
The heck is shadow?
Launch.
Looks like a
All
laptop.
right. There we go. Now you should be able to vote again.
I can vote now. Thank you.
Yay. Everyone should be able to participate. I see that. I'm gonna look up something quick.
Travis, you're like a black blob.
Yeah, I'm an amorphous blob tonight.
Yep, the darkness.
Alright.
Darkness has
I
don't
consumed
know.
them.
It's on purpose.
I don't know. No, I don't know. My camera's doing weird shit.
I am staring into the abyss.
Was
Okay,
it?
the crickets.
Yeah, where are the crickets coming from again? Did we ever find out? Because I think was Cliff yesterday here when I said like, yeah, sometimes Cliff would ask a question and nobody would say
It
anything.
wasn't
and-
wasabi, it was onion cereal. Sorry.
Oh, yum.
Yeah.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
The what?
It was onion
Onions and
cereal. It was onion cereal. Who did it again? Trying to remember who did that.
It's a great internet
The
historian
best
video
cereal.
on the failures of internet polls. I'm sorry, Freddie, what was that?
It's the best cereal.
Oh, it's the best cereal. Yeah. It's the best cereal if you want to repel mosquitoes.
And women.
It was 16 years ago, and it was Chex.
Oh,
Rice Chex
God.
did in Japan too. It happened in Japan. They were going to do chocolate or onion.
That's
There's a
nasty.
whole marketing thing and everything when they had the characters and stuff. Oh, great. And yeah, did they show what the results were? I remember, yeah, the internet got on. They hit the internet and then. So yeah, oh Jesus, yeah. The balance just went crazy and it won.
I wonder if they taste like Funyuns.
That's still gross.
Funyuns and milk, though?
Oh.
Funyuns. Funyuns are nasty.
The funny thing is though, they actually ended up taking the results offline and just saying the chocolate one won.
Oh, it was like the host Jeopardy thing.
Yeah,
They just took
it
the
down.
results down.
Yep. Because yeah, there was it was the last count of the vote that was public. 7,000 for chocolate, 33,000 for onion. It was bad.
Or amazing.
Yeah, and what eventually happened is that people online started putting up impeach the chocolate one. And then yeah, they started going out and eventually they actually did release an onion flavored Chex in Japan.
Ew.
Oh,
Great. It was fucking hilarious.
start
And you can
searching
actually-
eBay.
You can actually buy it. It's
Oh,
a
all
real
right, There you
thing.
go.
Yeah.
All for the bit.
Let's get some going. Keith said he wanted to try it.
No,
You did? What? So who hasn't voted, by the way? Why? Wait, what? How did? Oh God! I see what you did,
But
Sergio. Your name changed for temporary. Sergio, for a little while, had onion cereal under his name, under his face. It's not a name change. What? How did you get that under there? Is that like a status or something? Wait, how do you do that? Not a name change.
it's that thing again. This. Oh no!
Is it
Let me
a
not
filter?
let me not get back to that. No, it's like my camera has settings.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
That's great.
I forget how to use it though. I mean, it's like it's stupid because it's like backwards. It's like you can read it, but it's backwards, right?
Oh.
I don't know. I never
Can you
saw
read?
it.
I didn't even see it.
Like the text under me, is it like mirrored or
Yep.
can you read it?
You can read it.
Really?
Yeah.
On my side, it's backwards.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you have
There
to
you go,
to
guys.
Zoom and switch it.
Ew.
It's glitchy. You can find it
what
on
is that
eBay.
thing?
If you go into settings,
It's
go
like
into,
a
go into
bad
video,
pickle.
go into video.
That
not
was
even
this character.
normal,
Yeah,
I
the
mean, it's
character they
green
put
on your
online. Yep.
Zero.
You got
Oh.
the bad breath and everything.
$40 each.
It's a limited edition.
Yeah,
That's why they
the
don't
secret
make
is
it
you
anymore.
can't
I think.
They're just in that
can't
high
use
demand.
milk.
Yeah.
You gotta
I mean-
use soy boy instead. That's the secret.
Thing is,
I mean,
to
the
be
box
serious,
art
it
is
was
pretty cool.
to be serious. It was scallion, not necessarily like green onion or anything like
Okay.
medallion onion or anything. It was green onion. It was scallion flavor.
It's not terrible,
So-
but still not incredibly appealing.
Yep. No, the whole reason
This
I even
one
know
for
about that, like I said,
48.
if anyone wants to get more details on it, Food Theory did a thing on it because they talked about how how voting systems, people want to go back. They mentioned voting with Boatface and all those others. So
But that would
Be
only work
careful with voting
Chex, though,
systems.
because they
People
make
are
Chex
bad.
Mix too, so you don't have to have it as cereal. That would go
holy
good with
crap,
like
I
Chex
wonder if
Mix.
that would actually be good in like I wonder if that would actually be good in like a trail mix or something like that.
Because they already make Chex Mix.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
Chex
savory-
Mix. Yeah.
Good try.
Didn't think of that. Damn, they should have.
That's a really good point.
They probably could have capitalized that
That's a
hell
really
out of
good
that.
point, Mike.
Yeah, they should be paying me.
Seriously, we need to invest in one and just make
Start
a trail
adding
mix
in
out of
the
it and
Chex
then start
Mix.
advertising that online. Jesus Christ. Think of that. Impressive. Okay, so anyway, and bowl results. Fairly close actually. So 3 for user, 2 for player, 4 for holder. So, not bad actually, yeah. Iridian didn't vote, I think. Iridian didn't vote. I think he dropped. That's why. Okay. The worst case scenario, Iridian would tie it, but we're just gonna go with this. This is fine. Holder it is. By a single vote, we'll go holder. Yeah, it does actually work. I actually didn't think of holder. That was not one I actually had in mind. So well done on that one. Actor holder. And so we do need at some point to give the holder or make sure that the hand has a holder. Where should we implement that? Should we create a method for that, or is there another place we can put it? What do we think?
What was the question?
How do we assign the holder? Where should we do that? Of course, do a set holder method. What's the there's the two options. There's the set holder, and what's the other method again? The other way of setting a value.
You can make a constructor.
Come on, people, don't forget that thing. Stop forgetting the constructor. Now, again, what is the downside of doing a set holder method? What's the downside of a setter?
That it's basically public at that point.
Public and reusable. So you can somebody be like, you know what? I don't like this hand. Matt, you have it now. It's now your hand. So I can just reassign the hand at any time. And if I really want to be malicious, I could also have a system, a cheat method that could say, you know what? Everyone's hand is now mine. And so if they win, I get the bet. I get the reward. And so there's a fun little item for you there, for those who want to put in the little cheat code. If you have a set actor or set holder method there, yeah, you can just run it and have every single hand set their holder to one player after the bet's already on it. So the bet's already been put on that hand. And then at the end, the winner, of course, the winner's gonna be, the bet is gonna go to the holder. And so if you change the holder mid-level, that bet now goes to them and they didn't lose anything for that. The person who originally created the bet loses the money. So you definitely want to be careful with setters. Setters can be reused.
So that holder
Instead
should,
of that, could we like do a list of all the players and just iterate through the list for each turn?
Sorry, what?
Do we have a list of all the players and then
We
iterate?
will have a
through
list
that?
of the players, yes. We're also going to have a list of the hands too. So the list of the players will be mostly used for getting bets before we assign hands. But the play of the game is going to iterate through the hands, not through the players.
so should be, the constructor should be protected or private?
Constructor, no. Constructor needs to be public.
Oh, because, well, you're saying, so like, because if you made it so I can't give it to anybody, like.
Well,
you
no,
know, like,
again,
take a duplicate hand.
to an
And I
extent,
can just like give it to like everybody.
hold on. I can only run the constructor once, though. I can't
Yeah.
run the constructor more than once without recreating the item, and that would delete everything inside of it. It would create a new instance. So the setter can be run more than once. The constructor can only run once, and that's where the benefit is for the constructor. That's why we want to go with the constructor route, is by using the constructor, we assign the actor once at instantiation, and the holder is never changed. The downside, of course, now is that we are currently using this in main without an actor. So let's go back to main for a second. We're going to update this. We're going to move this below our actor and give it the actor. There we go. Last thing I'm going to do is we're just going to update this to not access dealer directly. And so instead, we're going to go ahead and do my hand dot. Well, we can't do actor, can we? Can't do actor. So there's a couple options for this. So we could, of course, make actor public, or at least do a get actor method, so we can at least get it and not set it. So we could do a getter. There's two options for this. There's the for getting methods of a child class. So getting has a composition. Getting composition methods. There's two versions we have. Getter, no setter. That way it's still technically private. Or we can do something called a pass-through method. I should probably put a space there. That's actually like that, yeah. Pass-through method. A pass-through method is a method that has the same name as a method of the child of the composition class, and all it does is call that child class's method, or that composition class method. So for example, that would be public byte get action. And this would just do, what is it? Folder, return, sorry.
Yeah.
Return folder dot get action bits. And that's how we can send it the current hand that we're in. We're just sending to the get action in the holder the hand that we're in. And this is a pass through. That's what the problem was, by the way. We can remove hand from get action now. And so this is the example of a pass-through method. Other versions you can see, of course, would be holder get action. So actually they will put the name of the composition there. So we would have it be holder get action, just not without the dot notation. So you wouldn't have the dot notation there. You would just do holder get action without the dot notation. Of course, that could be a little confusing because some people can look at it and be like, why is the dot not there, right? So it's a risky item there, but it's still, of course, something you could do. This is why the more common you see is just the exact same name as the method of the composition. We just call it from the parent class or the owner class. So container class, that's what it was, sorry, the container class. So since hand is containing it, we're gonna give the same method and that'll just call the method we want to call. Make sense?
Yeah, I like that.
And this way, again, we don't make all the methods inside of the actor available through the hand. Only those methods in the actor class that should be available to get to the hand are available to the hand, through the hand. If we want to access something specific from the actor, we go through the actor itself. So for example, if we want to get the name of the player, we go through the actor. If we want to actually get the action, we get it from the action. So we can get it from the hand. So far, so good. Cool. You can see, make sure this now works. Let's go ahead and test this quick. Now that we have the hand connected, we have the actions there. Just before I do that, I want to go back to player and make sure that I'm using this get available actions for the output now. And what I can do here is I can just put that here. Get available actions, and I can get rid of this one. Let me go ahead and get rid of these comments. We can continue to see us slowly shrink this get action method to be an SRP as well. Let's run it and make sure it works. Who's playing?
I'll play.
There we go. I was gonna say someone hasn't played yet. Come on.
Yeah, the crickets.
There you go, Travis.
19. All right.
What are you doing?
I'll stand.
All right. And there we go.
Yes.
Do one more, see if we can get something else. Here you go, Travis. No, actually, I'm going to go through some people who hasn't played yet. Keith hasn't played yet. There you go, Keith. Start with the
That's a
nines.
good one.
Don't go to the casino. What are you doing? All right. 15. Ouch.
Hit.
Again.
There we go. Here comes the dead. Oh, nope. There you go. 16.
Hit.
Oh, shit.
Ow. And there it is.
Aw.
Not a single face card. That's impressive. Jesus Christ. You almost got the 5-card Charlie. Just one more low card and you would have gotten it. Damn. One more time. Let's go. John hasn't played yet. There you go. You get the 8. You want one less than Chief.
Yeah,
Hit.
hit.
All right. Got an 18.
Yeah, guess I'll just stand.
All right. So that all seems to still work. It's all still functional. I'm going to push this up to GitHub. As I said before, your challenge for the weekend, because you have the whole weekend, is to try to build out the logic for get available actions. Again, I will post some assignments. You can definitely post your code. I'll spot check some of you. But again, we're not really going to take the time on Monday to review it. We're just going to go ahead and code, and you'll be able to compare what you coded versus what we end up doing in class. Same concept, so. Keep working on it, guys got this going. We're getting closer, I think, yeah, we're getting closer to be able to, we should be able to, as long as nothing weird happens with orientations again, like this week, or having to manage a class. I think we're still on track to finish it by Friday, by next Thursday. So we could get close to finishing it. We might need to use Monday as well, but we'll see. We'll keep going on it. All right.
Mhm.
All right. I'll try to get this uploaded as soon as I can so you guys can view these over the weekend. One other challenge, by the way, I can mention that you could try to do, and this could be beneficial, is actually to try to rebuild this project on your own without rewatching the videos to the point we are now. See if you can get to this point. And this can be a really great way to build muscle memory, to build that thinking process, to continue thinking like a developer. But those are the kind of the 3 things you can do this weekend. This logic, rebuild this project from scratch to this point, and you, of course, you have your HackerRank algorithms you can work on. Like I said, I am planning to put in we will have a class at some point where we will review and get deeper dive into how do we solve more complex algorithms. That is a planned class. Again, probably happen after the projects. Sound good?
Mhm.
Any
Yep.
questions on this
Sure
code? Any
does.
problems? All right. In that case, everyone have a good weekend. I will see you, some of you on Sunday for office hours between 1 and 3. Otherwise, see you all Monday.
All right. Have a good
Good
weekend,
night,
everyone.
Everybody, thanks.
Take care, everybody. Have a
Night.
good
Yeah.
weekend.
Night, gang.
Good
All
night.
right.
Have a good night,
Good
everybody.
to see you, Matt.
It's good to be back. Miss you all, guys.
Hell yeah, man.
Good. Good stuff. Take care, everybody.
Stop recording.
Oh, right.